Welcome to this explainer. You know, I'm so glad you're here today, because we're going to take a really gentle, meditative journey into some truly ancient wisdom. The virtue of non-resistance, Arjuna's sacred dilemma. Let's just dive right into this together and see exactly what a warrior from antiquity can teach us about our own health, longevity, and peace today. So, we actually begin our story on the epic ancient battlefield of Kurukshetra. We're going to pause right amidst the impending roar of this massive ancient war, just to hear a deeply quiet, profound thought. It's this incredible moment where a mighty warrior makes a choice to lay down his arms. Let's listen to the rhythm of this beautiful verse. Yadimam apratikaram, ashastram shastrapanya, darta rashtra, rane hanyu stanme kshema taram bhavet. Just take a deep breath. Take a moment to let the peaceful cadence of these ancient Sanskrit words really settle in your mind before we unpack their meaning. Because honestly, there's a heavy emotional vibration to this dilemma that we really need to explore.
Now, in Hindi, this translates to a warrior expressing a genuinely shocking sentiment. Listen to this. Yadi shastradhari dhrutarashtra ke putra ranbhumi mein nishastra aur pratirodh na karne wale mujhe maar dein, to ye mere liye adhik shreyaskar hoga. He's literally declaring that being struck down on the battlefield completely unarmed and without resisting would actually be a better, more preferable fate for him than fighting the war standing in front of him.
And in English, this means, if the armed sons of Dhritarashtra kill me in battle, while I am unarmed and unresisting, that will be more beneficial for me. I mean, let that sink in for a second. This is the greatest archer of his time, standing on the very brink of a massive war, contemplating the profound benefit of absolute non-resistance. It sounds completely counterintuitive, doesn't it?
Section 1. Arjuna's profound dilemma, the weight of the battlefield. To truly grasp this wisdom, we've got to look closely at the crushing psychological weight that's just pressing down on Arjuna. This pivotal moment, it's known as Arjuna Vishada Yoga, which is this state of deep existential overwhelm and crisis right there on the battlefield. He isn't just physically tired, he is spiritually paralyzed. And you know, this isn't just mythology, it's a profoundly universal human experience. I mean, have you ever felt that immense overwhelm where the only logical step seems to be just stopping everything?
Section 2. The virtue of non-resistance. Dropping the weapons.
So why in the world would a highly trained warrior see non-resistance as the best path forward? Well, the verse uses two very specific, very powerful words. He's choosing to be unarmed, ashastram, and unresisting, apradikaram, right in the face of immense armed hostility. Arjuna is considering the absolute unthinkable for a soldier, which is completely dropping his weapons and refusing to fight back.
And then he says this, that would be more beneficial for me. Tanmik sher mataram pavet. What's absolutely fascinating here is his perspective. He views this radical act of surrender not as cowardice, right? And not as just giving up out of fear. No, he sees it as a far superior, genuinely beneficial choice for his soul in that moment of pure agony. He recognizes that fighting this particular battle in this shattered internal state would just completely destroy him from the inside out.
Section 3. The modern lifespan problem. Our invisible battlefield. So how does all this ancient history actually apply to us today? Let's gently bridge this physical battlefield from antiquity to the very real internal battles that you and I fight every single day. On one side, we have Arjuna's literal threat of an opposing army, but on the other side, we have our modern enemies, chronic stress, endless anxiety, daily burnout, the relentless pressure to just perform. We are constantly facing these invisible but highly dangerous enemies that are actively eroding our well-being and, quite frankly, shortening our lifespan. This unending state of resisting, fighting, and always bracing against the daily stressors of modern life, it just completely drains our vital energy. Think about it. When we're perpetually holding up our psychological shields, whether we're fighting traffic, arguing with a situation we literally cannot change, or stressing over some future event, this constant low-grade resistance takes a devastating physical toll on our longevity. Our bodies simply aren't built for endless war.
Section 4. Surrender as the solution. Applying ancient wisdom to modern health.
And here is where the wisdom hidden in this sacred text serves as a truly profound healing solution to our modern health crisis. Step 1 is simply to recognize the battles you fight daily. Like, what are you constantly bracing against? Step 2, acknowledge the physical toll of your constant resistance. Really notice that tightness in your chest or the exhaustion in your mind. And step 3, practice intentional, radical non-resistance.
By following the lesson of Arjuna's dilemma, we can actually identify our most exhausting battles and consciously choose a path of peace.
Now, practicing non-resistance today doesn't mean giving up on life. Not at all. It means intentionally dropping our modern weapons of anxiety and overthinking. It's about stopping that automatic habit of resisting every single little life stressor that comes your way. Embracing the peace of radical acceptance is this profound act of surrender that actually turns off our body's fight or flight response. It drastically reduces chronic stress, and it can quite literally extend our lives. We just have to learn when it's healthier to put the bow down.
As we wrap up this explainer, I'd love to invite you to take one more deep, quiet breath and ask yourself this timeless question. What weapons are you holding on to today that you might be better off dropping? What resistance can you let go of right now to reclaim your peace? Thank you so much for exploring this wisdom with me today. Keep reflecting, keep learning, and I truly hope you carry this peace with you.
Get ancient wisdom and infinite guidance, anywhere, anytime. Visit sanathan.app today. Start your spiritual journey now.